Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to completely shatter a pretty persistent myth. We're going to prove that no, you absolutely do not need to be rich to start investing in India. In fact, you can start building your financial future right now with just 100 rupees. Listen, if you've been putting off investing, I totally get it. There's this huge misconception out there that the stock market is some exclusive club, right? Like you need deep pockets and this intense financial knowledge just to get through the door. It's really easy to feel like if you don't have thousands of rupees to spare, it's not even worth trying. But honestly, that fear of losing money, or just thinking you don't have enough capital to begin, is actually the main thing holding you back from learning how the system really works. So here's the ultimate hook for you. Literally all you need to start building wealth today is the cost of a quick cab ride or maybe a food delivery order. That's it. 100 rupees. This tiny amount is your low-risk ticket to practically learning how the financial markets operate, completely without the stress of risking your hard-earned savings. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We're looking at the 100 rupee myth, automating spare change, digital gold for beginners, the power of small sips, choosing your first broker, and finally, the simple steps to start. All right, Section 1, the 100 rupee myth and breaking the barrier to entry. You know, the digital revolution has basically wiped out the barriers to small-ticket investing. A decade ago, this wouldn't have been practical. You might be thinking, hey, can I just go buy a cheap stock for 80 rupees? And technically, yeah, you could, but practical limitations, like flat hidden fees for holding shares, taxes, transaction costs, they'll instantly eat up a huge chunk of your 100 rupee capital. That's exactly why buying single cheap stocks isn't the best route. Instead, mutual funds and micro-investing apps pool everyone's money together, which makes it totally cost-effective to invest even the smallest amounts. Moving on to Section 2, automating spare change. This is all about turning spending into saving. Okay, so if you're someone who struggles to save money manually, and let's be real, a lot of us do, micro-investing is basically the most effortless way to start. The core concept here is called roundup investing, and it literally turns your spending habits into saving habits. So let's say you take a cab and pay 19.5 rupees using UPI. A roundup app will automatically round that transaction up to the nearest 10, making it 200 rupees, and instantly invest that spare change of 5 rupees on your behalf. You don't even have to think about it. There are some really fantastic apps driving this in India right now. You've got Jar, which automatically rounds up your digital payments and puts that spare change straight into 24-karat digital gold. Then there's Decimal, which routes your spare change into mutual funds and fixed-income liquid funds. You've also got apps like FiMoney and Paytm Money that help automate these micro-sips. In fact, data shows that average users on platforms like Decimal are investing over 1,200 rupees a month purely through this digital spare change. I mean, it adds up fast. Section 3. Digital gold for beginners. Start with just 1 rupee. Let's talk about digitizing India's absolute favorite asset, gold. Now, if you want to buy physical gold, you've got to save up for a whole coin, worry about safe storage, check the hallmark, the whole shebang. A gold ETF? Well, that requires a demat account, which is just a digital locker for shares, and usually a much larger minimum investment. But digital gold offers the gentlest on-ramp. You can literally start with 1 single rupee. The gold is 24 karat, 99 purity, and it's stored in a highly secure vault on your behalf. Literally zero storage anxiety. But hey, in this explainer, we absolutely have to look at the full picture. So what's the catch? Well, digital gold currently sits outside of SEBI regulation. Plus, whenever you buy, you pay a 3% GST. There's also a 2 to 3% buy-sell spread, which acts kind of like a hidden exit fee. And importantly, under RBI lending directions, unlike your family's physical jewelry, your digital gold balance cannot be pledged as collateral for a gold loan. So the best way to think about it is, use digital gold for accumulating slowly and physical gold for pledging. All right, Section 4, the power of small sips, building discipline month by month. Moving past just spare change, let's talk about setting up a deliberate, recurring 100 rupee investment. You've definitely heard the term SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Let's bust this piece of financial jargon right now. An SIP is simply an automated monthly habit. Think of it exactly like a monthly subscription, but instead of paying for, say, a streaming service, you're subscribing to your own future. You pick a fixed amount, like 100 rupees, and it automatically invests on a fixed date every single month. Now, if you're starting with just 100 rupees, you might be scratching your head wondering whether to buy an index fund or an ETF. As a beginner, you should almost always pick an index fund. See, ETFs trade on the stock market like regular shares, which means you have to buy whole, undivided units. And often, a single unit costs way more than 100 rupees. Index funds, on the other hand, are practically built for SIPs. You can invest exactly 100 rupees and receive fractional units in return. It's perfectly designed for tiny, regular amounts. So, what should you actually buy? Honestly, as a beginner, keeping it simple is key here. A Nifty 50 index fund is a fantastic start. It's just a predefined basket of India's 50 largest companies. If you want a slightly broader net, a Nifty 100 fund covers the top 100. And if you don't want the stock market's ups and downs at all, you can look at liquid funds, which invest in highly stable fixed income debt. For instance, you can actually start a liquid fund with ICICI Prudential for just 99 rupees, or Axis for 100 rupees. Section 5. Choosing your first broker. Where do you actually go to do all this? Okay, so we know what to buy, but where's the actual buy button? Let's impartially compare two of the absolute giants in India right now, Grow and Zerodha. Grow is fantastic if you're a complete beginner, heavily focused on mutual funds. Opening an account is completely free, and there's zero annual maintenance charge, or AMC. Zerodha, on the flip side, charges around 200 rupees to open an account and a 300 rupee AMC. While it's definitely built for more serious traders, it does offer Varsity, which is this incredible, totally free educational ecosystem. A lot of smart beginners actually use Grow for their free SIPs and use Zerodha's Varsity just to learn. And finally, Section 6, simple steps to start today. Let's get to pressing that buy button. Let's turn all of this into a super actionable checklist that you can execute literally right after this explainer. Step 1, download your broker app of choice and keep your PAN and Aadhaar handy. Thanks to DigiLocker, the eKYC process is instant and entirely paperless. Step 2, search for a Nifty 50 fund and ensure you select the direct growth option. That's going to keep your costs low. Step 3, set your SIP amount to 100 rupees and authorize an auto pay permission. This is sometimes called a Natch mandate, and you can just use your UPI. This ensures your 100 rupees is deducted automatically every month. You literally set it and forget it. I really want to leave you with this core philosophy we pulled from our sources today. It's not about how much you invest. It's about how consistently you do it. Look, your first 100 rupees is not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but that's entirely not the point. The point is that it's a low-risk, highly effective way to conquer your fear, learn exactly how the financial system works, and build a habit of wealth creation that's going to last you a lifetime.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. You now know exactly how this micro-investing world actually works, from digital spare change all the way to 100 rupee Nifty SIPs. Are you ready to take the cost of your next cup of coffee or your next cab ride and invest it into your future today? The barrier to entry is completely gone. The rest is up to you. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy investing!